What unsolved mystery has a mundane explanation that gets ignored because it's not exciting enough? Amelia Earhart crashed on Nikumaroro Island in 1937. She died there. We know this. We've known this for decades. The only reason this is still considered an unsolved mystery is because admitting we solved it won't sell books or get clicks. Let me walk you through what actually happened, using this crazy thing called evidence. July 2nd, 1937. Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan are flying from New Guinea to Howland Island. They can't find Howland. Earhart radios that they're running low on fuel and flying along a north-south line. Her last transmission mentions flying along this line from a position she gives. That position? Right near Nikumaroro Island, then called Gardner Island. 3 years later, in 1940, British colonial administrator Gerald Gallagher finds human bones on Nikumaroro. He sends them to Fiji for analysis. The bones get examined by D.W. Hoodless, who determines they belong to a stocky male. Case closed, right? Wrong. Fast forward to 1998. Forensic anthropologist Karen Ramey Burns re-examines Hoodless's measurements using modern techniques. Turns out Hoodless was working with 1940s methodologies that were, to put it kindly, not great at determining sex from bone fragments. Burns concludes the bones were consistent with a female of Earhart's height and ethnic origin. But wait, there's more, because apparently we needed even more evidence that nobody wanted to accept. The International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, TIGHAR, has been investigating Nikumaroro since 1988. Here's what they found. A piece of aluminum that matches the dimensions and rivet pattern of Earhart's Lockheed Electra. A woman's shoe from the 1930s, size 10 narrow, Earhart's exact shoe size. A compact mirror. A piece of plexiglass consistent with an Electra's windscreen. Fragments of a knife blade. And get this, a jar of freckle cream. Earhart was known for carrying Dr. C.H. Berry's freckle ointment because she was self-conscious about her freckles. Radio hobbyist Betty Clank recorded what she believed were Earhart's distress calls for several days after the disappearance. In 2014, researchers analyzed these recordings and determined they were consistent with radio propagation patterns from Nikumaroro during that time period. Oh, and those 13 bones Gallagher found? 3 of them were definitely human. The rest got scattered by coconut crabs, which are basically garbage disposals with legs that will eat anything, including human remains. Gallagher literally wrote about finding partial skeletons that had been disturbed by coconut crabs. So let's recap. We have her last known position pointing toward the island. We have bones that match her description. We have personal effects that match items she carried. We have pieces of her plane. We have radio transmissions coming from that area after the crash. We have eyewitness accounts from the time. But every few years, like clockwork, here comes another expedition. Last month it was some outfit claiming they're going to use new, advanced sonar technology to solve the mystery once and for all. Before that, it was Robert Ballard doing a National Geographic special. Before that, it was some team convinced she crashed in the Marshall Islands instead. You know why? Because mystery solved, she crashed where her last radio transmission said she was, doesn't make for compelling television. Daring aviator's final moments remain shrouded in mystery, gets eyeballs, gets funding, gets book deals. The worst part is how this overshadows what should be Earhart's real legacy. She wasn't just some tragic figure who vanished mysteriously. She was a badass pilot who broke barriers and pushed boundaries in aviation. She set altitude records, speed records, and was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. She advocated for women in aviation and inspired generations of female pilots. But instead of celebrating that, we're stuck in this endless cycle of solving a mystery that was solved decades ago. Meanwhile, the actual evidence sits there, ignored, because the truth is apparently too boring for our mystery-obsessed culture. Amelia Earhart died on Nikumaroro Island in 1937, probably within days of her crash landing. The evidence is overwhelming. The only mystery left is why we keep pretending otherwise. Retry Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.